So you went from having like basically zero sales experience to becoming the VP of revenue. And from my understanding in kind of those early days, you were essentially like a BDR and then you worked your way up and were running deals and then eventually managed a team. Like, how did you figure out how to do all this stuff? How did you figure out sales? How did you figure out how to be a revenue leader? Yeah. What was that learning journey like?
I think that the learning was, it was a full 4 year, graduation. So the first year it was just me, and the idea was we didn't have a pricing model or anything. My founder was like, "Can we get 100 people to use our SDK?" And we got tech crunched, so that just basically got people to sign up on our page and say, I'm interested," right? So I did. I used. I said, okay. I was lucky that we had a consultant who was our marketing consultant, and he said, "Tushar, you need to follow up 3 times." He gave me these tips, like at least 3 times. See if you can find them on LinkedIn. If try and see if they, if somebody is giving a phone number, try and do that. Offer them a lunch and learn card, or like, even at that time we were offering that, we will come and buy you lunch, because it was not like Zoom meeting. We will just come and meet you. And most of our customers were centered around Palo Alto and San Francisco. So I think it was just that early phase was, yes, um, learn how to demo. I think one thing I'm the type of salesperson that who really focuses on the product. So I think the early journey was very simple. Learn the product, learn what you can, like learn what resonates with people, because I think developers are really direct with you. They're like, this is shit, it doesn't work. Oh no, this is how it works. And I would say that the community also really helps. So we were funded by True Ventures. So Lars Nilsson was always available for office hours, and I was a voracious student, and I used to go bother him a lot, and he was very kind, and he always answered my call. I was reading everything that was available on inbound marketing on HubSpot, like everything. Like I don't think there was any ebook that, so they provided all the tips and tricks and do's and don'ts. And then in the second year of our operation, or the second year of my selling, SaaStr became a thing. So I met a few people at SaaStr, and Matt Cameron became one of the, he built Salesforce APAC and EMEA teams. And he was super smart. And again, I befriended him, and I kept emailing him, asking him questions. I still ask him questions. So it was read, trial by, or learn by fire, learn by doing, and then lean on these certain people who've just been very kind and shared their knowledge. So I think that's how I became a salesperson.
No, I was going to say, I mean, that's like the best part about Silicon Valley and just tech in general is I think people are so generous with their time and they're always willing to talk with you and share advice. And like, I think even when I was at Lattice, it's like, all right, just trying to find people a stage or two ahead of me to get a sense of how are they doing it. And so that I can kind of, apply those learnings to myself. And yeah, like, I mean, Jason Lemkin on Twitter and whatever, like all the tweets, all the blog posts and stuff, it is just so phenomenally
Cora,
helpful. Yeah.
he
Oh,
used to,
Cora too. Yeah. Yeah. But she
yeah.
still seems really big, but no one, I don't know if anyone's actually reading Quora anymore.
Now we just read him on LinkedIn,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So I
Um,
think, just to add there, right? I think the leadership part was actually really hard, because I had managed engineers before, which was again very different. I think a lot of managing salespeople was getting over the thing that, can I be the salesperson? And now this may sound ridiculous, but I have not seen a lot of Indian salespeople or sales leaders, right? So my whole team was these 6'5" white boys, and you know lacrosse players from all these different universities, and I have never played competitive sports. My competitive sports were getting high grades. I mean, growing up in India is a little different than growing up here. But I think that was the, what is it, imposter syndrome or something. Can I do it? Can I not? And I think my team quickly realized two things. And I mean, I'm still in touch with many of them. And they said, you always led by saying, let me do it first and I'll show it to you, rather than saying go and figure it out. Like if there's a cold call, I made cold calls. I did cold email. I did all the demos, right? Like if I was available, I'm on the demo with you, right? So if I think that was the trust that the team said, and then the leadership evolved from there. And I've made a ton of mistakes, but I think to become a leader, first you have to be accepted as a leader by the team, and then they let you become better at leadership. So that was a whole journey for 4 years.
Yeah. No, I mean that very much resonates with me. It's like you first need to be this player coach where you're showing them how to do things. You're rolling up your sleeves. You know, was it servant leadership? I think is the term, right? You're in the front lines working with people, and then you show them how to do it, and then you can sort of become more of a manager and a leader. And for me, like management is also different than leadership. Like management is telling somebody how to do something. Leadership is like inspiring people to a sort of outcome, and yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thing, and I'm still trying to figure that out myself.
I still say I'm a sucky manager.
Yeah.
I am a decent leader. I am a sucky manager. It's like, but you know, with all these books that are being published, scaling people being the most recent one, they're just telling you some of the best practices. So now I'm diligent with doing my one-on-ones. I write things down. I use a Notion page. I'm not just remembering things. So yes, I think becoming a manager is harder than becoming a leader, at least for me. And I think managerial processes are what makes a good manager and a good team. Um, and I think those are some of the processes that I would say everybody who's not read Scaling People should start reading Scaling People.